Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Joy here again, and today I'm going to be doing a post reaction video with you guys. Now this is like my first time doing something like this, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit about my personality. I want to talk about more about life, and I feel like a lot of times I go on Facebook and I write like these sentimental ass posts and relatable content, but I never really speak on this in video. So I just thought, okay, like how about I start choosing like posts and memes that I see and I react to them and I let you guys know what my opinion is. Now, just a disclaimer, y'all, these videos are opinion driven. So please don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't take it personal. You know, whatever opinions that you guys have, make sure you drop it in the comments below. But be respectful, not just to me, but also to the other commenters under the commentators under the post, because everybody has different opinion, y'all. Like, we're all living this life differently. We all come from different strokes of life. So be respectful, y'all. Keep it peaceful. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So the post of this week, I actually found this one on Facebook, and I feel like on Facebook is when this is where I find the best posts, but I will be fishing out for posts on all the social media outlets that I have, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like anything I find that's either funny or relatable, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. Today's post is actually a Instagram caption, and it's not even focused on the picture itself, it's more so the actual caption. And as you guys can see, the caption is pretty long. So the post says, "Ladies, please take note. Men attend to women for two reasons: sex and love. But in most cases, men do not marry for sex or for love. They marry for stability. Let me explain. A man can love you and not marry you. A man can have sex with you for years without marrying you, but immediately he finds someone who brings stability in his life and he marries her." I don't know if y'all can relate to that, but I definitely seen people step out of relationships to be with someone who, I guess, provides stability. What I mean by stability is peace of mind, quote unquote peace of mind. I have seen some guys who made this statement: "I love this lady, but I don't think I can spend the rest of my life with her."
I've definitely heard that before. Not to me, but I've definitely heard it before.
Men are visionaries when they think about marriage. They do not think about wedding dresses, bridesmaids, anything that most ladies think is fanciful. They think whether this woman can build a home, can she take care of my kids and I, can she give me peace of mind. Men don't like ladies who give them discomfort. This is why a man can stay with a woman for years and meet another in a month, then get married to her. Okay? It's the comfort of having peace of mind they want. Sex is pleasure, and love is an affection. Respect is stability." Hello, phone, turn on. This is ghetto, you guys. My phone. This is my other phone. So I'm filming in one phone and I have another phone. Let's dive into this post. So first of all, when he said they marry for stability, they don't marry for love or sex. So obviously, I think that if you are a logical adult, you know that sex is not gonna keep anybody. I never understood why anybody, and I mean this men and women, I never understood why men or women would think that sex would keep anybody, because from what I know, it definitely won't keep me.
Yes. Okay.
So that's just that. I don't care how bomb your D is. I don't care. If your vibe is not there, it's just not there, honey. Love sometimes isn't enough, and it's hard to say that, but it really isn't. Sometimes it's always one person that loves somebody more than the other person, and we know this. Like, it's always like that. And I think it's because people love differently. People will love you for different ways. People have different love languages, which I think that's really, really important for you to figure out before even getting into a relationship with somebody. You could love somebody unconditionally, but if they're just not, if you're like, say if like you love somebody but you're crazy, like you doing the most, like you're overly jealous, or maybe you may be overly clingy, maybe you just want to control him, like overly control him, you don't want him doing anything, yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Because at the end of the day, like, if you are going through BS at work, or you know you have a lot outside enough for you to come home to a household that is completely out of control, no man is gonna want that. And it does not matter, girl, this is why I express so much. It doesn't matter what you have, like, and I don't mean that as in like if you have a degree or you got your shit together. I don't mean that. I mean as in, it don't matter if you are top notch dressing up OD, if you have an ass, if you have a banging body, a pretty face, that does not matter at the end of the day. Because if you're not able to provide your duties as a woman, guys are not gonna want that. And yes, I'm not married, so don't come for me in this pose.
Oh, so people need to know on this stage, don't come for me unless I send for you.
It's not just about marriage, it's also commitment itself. A lot of people won't continue in relationships with you if you're not providing stability, what this person's definition of stability is. So let's get into the peace of mind part that he was talking about. So just to be clear, you guys, I kind of do agree with this post. One thing that I've learned about like my relationship, for example, we're not married, but we live together. We have been living together for 5 years, and we have 2 kids. So one thing that I've learned, and where we have hit rough patches, is that Jamar, he works 2 jobs. I'm always home with the kids, and he doesn't like to come home to a house that's just very disoriented. A lot of men also do want that comfort of knowing, oh, I'm coming home to my girl and she's cooking and I've been through hell the whole day. I don't want to come home to arguing and stuff. And that's something that us as ladies, we have to learn to get that together. Because sometimes like we may just hit this man with just some BS that he's not trying to hear at the moment. I mean, I get it. If it's nothing crazy, sis, by all means, get on that ass. On the side, motherfucker. But at the end of the day, like, no person wants to come home to that all the time. There are situations where the man is working a lot. He may not have time and stuff, but those are just small, rough patches in the moment. You know what I mean? You got to think about the bigger picture. You got to think about what is it that he's providing. A lot of times you will see men stepping out of their relationship because when they come home, it's hell. Like, and I've seen it happen. Like, a lot of men are not happy because it's just the constant arguing, it's the constant nagging, it's the constant this. And again, cheating is not okay, okay? There's no excuse for cheating. I feel like when you are going through these rough patches, the best thing for a man to do is to try to communicate. I know that men have communication problems and women have problems sometimes of how they communicate things. You have women who are just naturally submissive and they may not say anything. They can go months with this hurt inside bottled in, and then you have women who just snap. Like it takes like the smallest thing and they just snap. They don't listen to what their partner may be going through, because it's not just us women, sometimes it's the men. They be going through their fair share of whatever it is that they're going through, whether it's at work or just maybe their egos need to be stroked. I touched on this briefly in my last video where I was doing my makeup and I was having a chit chat with you guys, but I spoke about money, right? So I don't feel like money is the most important thing in a relationship, but a lot of women naturally, they want a man that's gonna take care of them, right? They want a man that is gonna do certain things for them. They want a man that they can depend on. And this is just the way that I guess this is the way that it's coming back to this way. I personally, I like contributing to house things, and that's just me, but Jamar has always been the type to really take care of everything, so I'm really appreciative that he's like that, but I've never really loved the idea of that, and that's just me. This is why also that may be another turn off. Like, if you are not out here trying to get your shit together for yourself, that may be a turn off for your man, because what if, God forbid, something happens to him and now you have to take care of everything, you have to take care of the kids and stuff. He's not gonna want to marry somebody that is not on his side 100%, or even being able to take care of, if you're not able to be if you're not able to take care of yourself, he's not going to find that as attractive, because he's gonna think, oh, well, this is just another person that I'm taking care of besides my kids. So there's just really a lot of things that come to that peace of mind. But I think that peace of mind just overall means him being able to depend on you, not in a financial way per se, but in a way where he knows that if he's having a rough day at work, or if the world is against him, he knows, sis, that you got him. You know what I mean? Like, that you are that person to calm him down, to be, you know, to not be, you don't gotta be his therapist or nothing, I'm not saying like that, but to be his comfort zone, like, that he can talk to you, he can level with you, he, you know, he feels good around you. It's just so crazy, because it's not even about like your physical, it's not even about the things that we think. Like, it's not about being submissive, it's not about having sex with this person all the time, oh, it's gonna keep him, because it's really not, sis. Like, you can give somebody bomb ass PUSSY, but that's not going to stop somebody from literally walking out and finding somebody else that makes them feel comfortable. Men love to feel comfortable. When they find, let me tell you, when they find somebody who gives them a refreshing conversation, somebody that just, they can be themselves around them, somebody that is willing to give them the space that they need to enjoy what they enjoy. And I spoke about this in my last video too. Try to find things that you enjoy, sis, like things that you enjoy without your man, because there's gonna be times where he wants to be playing his game. There's gonna be times where he wants to watch that show that you may not like. Maybe he's into anime and you don't like anime, but you have to learn to respect that. And I think that those are little things that come into peace of mind, if I'm making sense. Because if you're nagging somebody about them watching sports or playing a game or something, then they should come and nag you when you're in that makeup room for like 5 hours trying to get ready. I mean, you know, like, you have to compromise. You have to compromise. Let's say if you're expecting your man to be a provider, you're expecting him to pay all the bills, you're expecting him to do like just all these things to handle, you know, the things in the household, like when it comes to financial things in the household, you should at least do the part of your household duties. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. And that's just me. That's just me. Nobody wants to come home like, and I'm pretty sure, sis, you yourself, nobody wants to come home to a messy house. A man certainly would not want to come home to not having a cooked meal or something to eat after he's been like at work for, you know, whatever amount of hours he was at work. Also, if you have kids, I mean, come on, man. Like, if you have kids, like, if you grew up a certain way where your mom was cooking all the time, why would you sit there and feed your kids BS? Like, and I'm keeping it real. Like, why would you sit there and feed your kids bullshit? And I get it. Like, some people don't know how to cook. That's cool. That's cool, sis. But there is YouTube, and I'm only saying this because there's so many things that I've learned on YouTube how to cook. So there's no excuse for you saying, oh, I don't know how to cook. You know, like, no excuse. You cannot be giving your kids McDonald's every day. This mentality really comes from how a man grows up. Now, this does not necessarily mean that he's a mama's boy. It's just if a man grows up in a household where he sees his mom working and, you know, she's making sure the kids are good. She's making sure that there's food on the table for her kids and her husband. He's naturally gonna want that. I mean, if you're a daddy's girl, right, and you see your dad, he's a guy that you look up to, and he's a hardworking man. He always provides for his family. He always makes sure that he's contributing in the house, that he's available in the house, like his attention is available in the house. He caters to his wife, like, you know, he's very detailed man. Like, he makes sure that he gets her flowers, or whatever the case is, whatever it is that you see your father doing, wouldn't you want that in your man? So I think that this really, like, this whole mentality of having stability in a relationship where, like, I got your back in those terms, like, I got the kids, babe, I got the dinner, babe, I make sure that everything, you know, in the house is running smoothly, so when you get home everything is good. Like, that comes from how a man grows up, or maybe he was lacking that when he was growing up and he just really craves that type of thing. Now, that does not mean that you are made.
Hey maid, I see you got on your May outfit like you always do.
Or that this is all you do. So, and I have no problem doing them, because at the end of the day, if my man, like I said, he's coming home from a 13-hour shift, a 12-hour shift, or whatever the case is, the least that I could do is have a meal ready for him to eat. You know what I mean? The least that I could do is make sure that the kids have done their homework, or make sure that my kids are clean, or make sure that the house looks up to par. Given there are gonna be days where you're not gonna be able to touch certain parts of the house. There's gonna be days where you're not gonna cook. There's gonna be days where shit is just not gonna be perfect. Like, cause I've been there, you guys. But the least that you could do is just try, especially if that person is doing everything to make sure that everybody is good and that you have a roof over your shoulders. Over your head, over your shoulders, over your head. So that's just my opinion, you guys, on this post. I feel like I agree with them, and this is just my point of view. Like, this person probably meant something completely different, and I probably took their post out of context, but whatever, this is what this video is for. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know, like, give me some criticism and stuff. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this segment as well. I would love to have a conversation with you guys. I think that what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually do these things every Tuesday. So every Tuesday I will be dropping these videos, because I feel like it's a great and refreshing way to start the week. Yeah, drop a comment below if you haven't done so, sis. Go ahead and subscribe, or bro, go ahead and subscribe, because I do have other great videos on my channel, whether it has to do with beauty, whether if it has to do with fitness, and of course I will be bringing more of these personal vlogs. So just make sure that you guys do go ahead and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram at peraltaknowsbest. If you guys have any ideas of any memes or posts that you would like to be shared in these videos, they can be funny, they can be outrageous, I don't care how crazy they are. Go ahead and share them with me, and I'll be putting my opinion up. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.